The choice of investing platforms, at least in the UK, is so big that you, especially if you're a beginner, might find it difficult to choose the one that would suit your needs best. And Vanguard is probably one of the platforms that you are definitely considering because it is so popular and it is famous. It is one of the oldest platforms that are out there and is also relatively cheap. And just like any other platforms, Vanguard has its advantages and disadvantages. I've already spoken about the disadvantages of this platform. You can watch this video here. And I never mentioned the advantages because in my head they were so obvious it wasn't even necessary to talk about it. But some people commented under my video saying, wow, how did you even find time moaning about Vanguard? Obviously Vanguard is great. So I thought maybe someone will watch that video and also will misunderstand the idea that I wanted to share in that video, which was mentioning some things that Vanguard could improve. But generally speaking, of course, Vanguard is great and there are so many advantages to that platform that I see and all the other users, and there are a lot, see. But anyway, if you are in the position where you are still choosing and you are not sure whether Vanguard is the platform for you or not, watch this video because I'm going to mention the main advantages of this platform over other platforms. So let's start. Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. My name is Anastasia and in this channel I talk about investing and especially investing for beginners. If you are a beginner investor, you've definitely heard about Vanguard because this is the platform that is absolutely amazing for beginners. But it is used not only by the beginners but also by more experienced investors because the range of services that it offers, it will suit many people, not only if you are a beginner. I wouldn't say that Vanguard is the best, definitely not, because the best platform for you personally will depend on your strategy and on your investing goals that you are trying to achieve. In my case, I'm using Vanguard for my ISAs. I'm very satisfied with the performance, but I am also happy with the fact that I'm using other platforms and don't concentrate only on Vanguard because other platforms, they help me to diversify my portfolio because they offer some services that Vanguard doesn't offer. But this doesn't mean at all that I'm going to stop using Vanguard in the nearest future or in any future in general, because if I had to choose between all the different platforms that I'm investing through right now, Vanguard would come as number 2. Not 1, 2. Okay, so let's discuss the most positive sides of Vanguard, or at least how I see them. The first advantage when it comes to Vanguard, in my opinion, is safety. Vanguard is one of the oldest platforms that is available on the UK market right now. It is definitely the oldest platform that I'm using for my investments. It was created in 1975 and since then it's been relatively stable. With the other platforms, and by other platforms I mean eToro, Freetrade, Trading 212, these are the other platforms that I'm using. They've been created after the financial crisis of 2008, so they never really lived through a big financial crisis, and so we don't know how they will behave. Yes, they are FCA regulated and there are many checkups and they say that they are safe, but we have to trust their words because we cannot see in the history how they performed during the financial crisis. Will they collapse, will they go bankrupt, or they will survive? We don't know, we can only guess. With Vanguard we can be almost sure that we will be alright and our money is safe, and that is because it's been going on for 50 years and it's still working. It didn't collapse, it didn't go bankrupt. So when it comes to safety, Vanguard is definitely number 1. Also look at modern platforms. Some of them couldn't cope with the high demand, so they couldn't cope with many customers trying to invest through them. Look at Trading 212, for example. So if they cannot cope with the market when the demand is high, would they cope with the market when the demand is low, when people are trying to withdraw their money? What their behavior will be, I don't know. But with Vanguard, I am sure my money is safe. Okay, the next advantage is that it offers only low-risk instruments. If you are a beginner, you might be tempted to take high risk and start trading CFDs or invest into individual stocks and shares, penny stocks, trying to invest into smaller companies. And by taking those high risks, you will probably lose more money, especially if you are a beginner. If you are investing only with Vanguard, you don't have this option. So you don't have an option of losing much money because Vanguard offers you only very low risk assets. Of course, you can still lose money even investing into ETFs and indexes and different funds, but the chances are much lower because obviously you don't invest your money into one company, so you don't put all of your eggs into one basket, but you spread your eggs between many baskets by investing your money into a fund. Anyway, if you're watching this video, I hope you understand and you have the general idea what a fund is against individual stocks and shares, because if you don't understand this difference, then you definitely have to look more into it before you invest any money through any platform at all. Also, don't get me wrong, you can still lose a lot of money even investing through Vanguard, but what I'm saying is compared to other platforms, the risk is relatively low. Okay, the next advantage is probably my favorite, and it is the level of passiveness that Vanguard offers. Vanguard is not made for day trading, so even if you wanted to trade daily, Vanguard wouldn't be your option, or I wouldn't start doing it through Vanguard because the fees are so high, so it wouldn't make any sense at all. Also, the choice of funds and the choice of investments that is offered through Vanguard is not great. So if day trading is something that you're looking for, I would definitely opt for other platforms. Vanguard is great for passive investors, so if you're looking for a place where you could just put your money and forget about it, then Vanguard would probably be your best choice. And the reason to that is because through Vanguard you can invest into different funds, which is already relatively passive, but also Vanguard offers you funds that you can invest your money in today and forget about until you retire. It offers you a life strategy fund, which is a perfect opportunity for those people who don't want to look at their portfolio, rebalance it, and just general don't want to take any care of the money. They want someone else to manage and to take control over their money completely. Or Vanguard also offers retirement plans, so all you have to do is to choose the years of when you are going to retire and invest into this fund, and then really you don't have to look at it at all until you retire. So really 30-40 years you don't have to look at your portfolio at all. I still wouldn't do it. I would keep your eye on your portfolio all the time, no matter which platform you are using, but that was the general idea, the main idea behind these services and these funds on Vanguard. And that's why retirement and life strategy funds are called one decision fund. So you understand, you take one decision and then you don't have to take any more decisions. With individual stocks and shares, or even with individual funds, even through Vanguard, you all the time have to monitor the situation. You have to see where the war conflict is, how the economy of separate countries doing, trying to adjust your portfolio maybe a little bit. If you invest into one decision funds, all these decisions are taken for you. All you have to do is to remember your login and your password, because if you forget that in 30 or 40 years, if you decide to invest now and then not look at it at all for many years, then I don't know what happens. So be careful with that. Okay, and so the last advantage of Vanguard is a very quick customer service. I had some experience with customer service through Vanguard. I wrote them messages and I got response within the next 2 days or so through email. I also tried calling them and they always responded very quickly, and the person on the phone was very polite and could help me almost straight away. I always think that the questions I ask are stupid, and I think maybe the majority of people do. I had to ask them questions at the beginning when I just registered because I couldn't understand some things, and I have to admit that the answers to some questions I asked I found later on the website when I decided to actually read the information that is given to us on the actual website. But at the beginning, maybe due to some laziness, maybe due to the fact that I wanted to start as quick as possible, so I didn't even bother reading some things, I had to call them and I had to ask them questions, and they were very patient and very polite. They answered my questions and sort of got rid of my worries, which I really appreciated, because when it comes to money, you want to have this support and you want to have the connection. You want to know that there is someone who you can talk to and discuss your problems. In in my situation and in my past, all the experience that is connected to Vanguard customer service was only positive. But at the same time, on the internet, I saw a lot of different comments where people were saying that the customer service is horrible. The reason to that, I think, is because in the majority of cases, people who had positive experience never bother writing positive comments. Even take me as an example. As I told you at the beginning of this video, I like Vanguard and I think it is a great platform that has a lot of advantages, but I never bothered to even make a video about the good side of Vanguard. The first video I made was about the negative side of Vanguard, and I also never wrote a positive comment on the internet. But at least I'm making this video now talking about positives of Vanguard, so now my consciousness is clear. Okay guys, if you can think of other good sides of Vanguard, and if you want to tell me and other people as well why you use Vanguard and not some other platforms, then please leave your thoughts in the comment section below this video. Share them with us because they might be helpful for other people. Remember when you were starting and you really didn't know whether Vanguard is a good decision or not? Now it is clear for the majority of people that Vanguard is great and Vanguard is super easy. But the first impression and the first doubts when you are starting, when you are thinking about putting your money somewhere, it gets forgotten so quickly. And I'm sure that a lot of people who are watching this video are not so sure on whether they should invest through Vanguard or not, so they might also find your comments helpful. Anyway, thank you so much for your time and attention today, and I hope to see you soon in my next videos. Thank you so much guys. Bye bye.